Welcome everyone to the quiz that's louder than your drunk uncle at a Springboks game. I'm your host, Philip Bass.
And I'm Leon Nieuwoud. Today we've got two rock aficionados ready to test their knowledge of South Africa's legendary music scene.
Let's meet them. First up, we've got Jon, the legend, Savage. How's it, Jon? How you doing?
Hello, guys. I'm terrified to be here.
Glad to know. And facing off is Catherine, the legend herself, Grenfell. How's it, Kath? How you doing?
I'm great, thank you. And you? And I'm so glad to be here. I'm also terrified.
I can't see me actually getting anything. I mean, I have a bad memory on a good day. And the questions I know are going to be ones that I know the answers to, but cannot remember them. That's what I'm most scared of.
Well, I think we're going to have to find out a little bit later. I think you might surprise and maybe a little bit disappointed that we ask very easy questions most of the time. So
there's no disappointment.
Especially me, Jon. I hate doing research, so my questions are super easy. Phil's going to have a few stumpers in there, but we've got clues. Actually, some of these. Let's see.
Yeah, we'll tell you the rules just now. But before we get
the problem is what you guys don't understand is we know all these people, so when we get them wrong, it hurts our relationships.
Well, luckily you know all about podcasting, so you can just tell us, listen, edit this, make me look good. Right. We'll do our best. If you look good,
okay, hold on a second. Good. Edit this, make us look good. I've just done the instructions.
Yeah. So I mean, if you guys look good, you make us look good. So, and that's why it's truly an honor to have you guys on our podcast. I was listening to some of your videos that you do, Jon, and they truly, truly, truly amazing. You're a very good teacher. I did a South African rock show on a local radio station, and it was a big thing for me because I started very, very green. I didn't even know how the sliders work when I started that thing. And when I decided to start interviewing bands and famous people, you were the first guy I asked, and you were the first guy that I interviewed on radio. And now with this podcast thing, I mean, you're one of the first guys again. So I just want to say thank you very much for always be willing to get involved with projects, and it shows your passion, man. Thank you so much.
Well, thanks for inviting me. That's an honor.
And the same with Kath. I mean, like you've been, I got your CVs here, so I can actually just go through a couple of things. Maybe let me start with Jon. A music producer, founder of Busker, Amp Studios, and The Eye, did a rock show on a national radio station, fronted the award-winning band Cassette, was the first South African band to tour in Japan 2008, and won numerous awards. You were the music editor of the SA Music Awards. Were a writer for the Rolling Stone magazine. You wrote, directed, and starred in your own movie Stone Cold Jane Austen, which went to the Cannes Festival. You founded the MASH Lab, which was super epic. And currently you're one of the prominent content creators and podcasters. And my favorite part is that you're a vinyl connoisseur. And then that's...
Yes, I was busy perving your vinyl wall.
Yeah, I should have actually set it up. No, those ones are fine. I think there's some Afrikaans clues for you. Ooh, I shouldn't have said
Stop, cut and roll.
That's it.
Yeah. And Kath, I mean, like you worked, you started your career actually at 5M, where you worked for 15 and a half years as an executive producer and DJ. I think you worked at 94.7. I don't know. You can correct me on that one. You were a lecturer at Boston Media House for 5 years. You became executive producer of Audio Militia Music Agency in 2021. You emceed events and festivals like the Samas, Opikopi, Millipop, Rocking the Daisy, Synergy, and Lush Festival. You are a judge of the South African Music Awards for the past 12 years, as well as the Luries and I think Cyclope African Awards. You're a trained musician, and you could have been a nurse, but you decided to go this way.
Yes, I could have been a nurse. I could have been in a band. And look at me now. I'm lying in bed.
So you made the right choice.
I just have to say, Kath is my hero. So put that on your list.
You know, we're both each other's heroes, I think. Definitely.
Now, 15 and a half years, Kath, that's a long time. And it must have been consuming your life and working with people that I want to know. It was some of them, I know Roger Good must have been a handful at times.
Yeah, totally. But it was absolutely incredible. I reminisce often. I am so incredibly grateful for my life that I've had. And radio was mind blowing. I still miss it. If someone gave me a slot, I would be there in a heartbeat. As long as we didn't have restrictions like what's happening now. But really, truly amazing. I'm on a WhatsApp group with a whole bunch of moms, and they sent a photo that Gerard Butler is in Cape Town or something, blah, blah, blah. And then I scrolled through my Insta and screen grabbed my photo with Gerard. And sent it through, and I was like, I swear we could be boyfriend and girlfriend.
Shoulda. Kathy, you mentioned restrictions on the radio, and I guess this question's for both of you guys, having such a prominent radio background. How do you think the age of podcasting has affected radio of today? And do you think it's great not having that restriction? I mean, we've got little to no restrictions what you can do and say on the internet. Is that kind of like a freeing thing, or as having such a love for radio, you feel like it's intruding in that space in a way?
I think, the restrictions that are happening at the moment on radio, it's not about the swearing or anything, that sort of thing. It's, I think, creatively and not being afraid. At the moment, that's what's happening on radio. People are afraid to say things to hurt someone's feelings. And I think that with podcasting, people seem to be freer to say whatever they want. I mean, obviously there's cancel culture and all of that, but lots of people just bounce back the next day and everything is hunky-dory and it's all fine. So I think that's what I miss, because radio used to be that, actually.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't afraid to say certain things. We weren't afraid to discuss topics. We weren't afraid to have difference of opinions. And I think that that's really what's missing in radio. But that freedom, and I think that podcasting, it's a slow thing for South Africans, but it is growing, it is definitely growing. I think for the majority of South Africans that live in certain areas that don't have data, etc., radio is the most incredible tool. So, yeah.
Jon, can I throw it over to you? Would you agree? Anything to add to that?
Yeah, I think radio is its own thing and podcasting is a different thing. I think the internet had an impact on radio, and I actually think that part of the issue, I'm like Kath, I love radio. We started a radio station like in 2014, and part of the passion for podcasting is because nobody wants us on radio, but my personal sort of, let's say, I don't want to use the word criticism, let's say perspective, is I think it's South African radio is part of the problem, because when this kind of digital revolution happened of YouTube and podcasting, we were really late. And if I look at, Australia, the UK, and America, radio is still strong in those places. And it's not because their data is free. It's because they're powerful, creative radio. And radio is its own animal. It's live, it's engaged. And podcasting is a different animal entirely. And there's definitely an audience for, and I think in South Africa, podcasting is eating radio's lunch, because radio is still a little bit stuck in the dark ages with how creative or how edgy or just embracing the other media formats. And because I'm in the podcasting industry, I'm also talking to the big networks and the big media houses, and they're still sort of reluctant about the space. And I think that's why I think there's opportunity for amazing radio. I just don't think it's happening in the podcasting space. I think radio stations should be poaching podcasters, because they're showing what can be done, what's interesting content. I mean, Dan Corder is a very interesting example. He was like a 5FM DJ, and then he started podcasting, blew up in podcasting. Now he's a TV show host and back into podcasting because he's a creator. And I think that's what's kind of missing from radio, in my opinion. It's still kind of personalities keeping the airwaves as opposed to creators who are making amazing radio.
Yeah.
Right. So a lack of creativity, and then also the restrictions, as Kat mentioned. Like I remember when we were kids listening to 5FM and those stations, radio was really cool. I mean, I would just stay up underneath my blanket in bed, because it's past bedtime, recording Barney Simon show. I can't wait to get to school the next day to play my friends, like, whatever was happening on the radio. And now it's on the radio, and I'm just like switching from station to station, trying to find something that just sparks some kind of joy. And I just put on a podcast because I know I'm going to find what I'm looking for right there.
I want to say, a couple of months ago, there was a radio station in the UK called Radio X. It's like a rock and roll station there.
Mm-hmm.
And they did this thing that was so brilliant. And it just reminded me why radio is unbeatable. And they did like a competition, and it wasn't like a branded competition. They were giving away money. It was like £50,000 or something, or whatever it was. And what they did is they hired a stunt driver and a car, and they basically made like garages of cake. And then people could phone in and choose which garage, and they would drive the stunt car through the garage of cake. It was all live on radio, and they were live streaming it at video as well. And I just was like, this is a radio property that is engaging all the multimedia, and I want to tune into, I don't want to listen to the podcast. I want to actually listen to that now. And it just,
Yeah.
I think like, sorry, Kat.
No, I'm saying I'm agreeing. I'm totally agreeing. Yeah.
Yeah, like I want to hear that on radio.
Yeah. I was actually chatting to someone the other day about, we did this competition as well where it was about facing your fears. And so people could nominate a friend or a family member or an enemy, I suppose, with their fear. So like the first person that nominated was this young kid, and he nominated his mum because she was terrified of fast driving. And so we took her in an off-road rally car. And like, I mean, we were doing it live on radio. So you were hearing the screaming and carrying on. Like, I mean, she screamed. It was absolutely brilliant. We did shark cage diving. We did bungee jumping. We did a whole bunch of things, and people were invested in it. I mean, that's the whole thing. People want to listen, and people want to hear this craziness. And that is definitely missing. It is very safe. And that I think is the problem, is the safety of the entire situation.
So if you guys have to do a prediction, let's start with you, Jon. Where do you think broadcasting is going to go to? Do you think radio is going to become very generic, as it is, like we're realizing now? And do you think podcasting will ever take over that space?
Look, I'm kind of way out of radio. I'm so deep in this podcasting thing. I'm building tech for it. Like I'm really invested. So I don't know where radio is going. I know, if someone, I always dreamed my whole life that 5FM would call and say, won't you take over the station and fix it? Because that would be my dream, to get given a radio station and put the team together to bring it back to its glory. Wow. But that's not realistic. In the podcasting space, there aren't any parameters and gatekeepers. So I'm working with amazing creators who I think are like the most creative people I've ever met, doing amazing stuff. What I think is happening actually is that I think that television is struggling in this country, in this continent, and this continent loves YouTube. And I feel that even podcasting, even the term it's moving so fast. I think the move is to creating shows for YouTube. I think YouTube is actually the future of the world for Africa. And whether you like it or not, it is the audience's favorite channel. Netflix is not working in Africa. They can't get the recipe right. There are interesting things happening in Nigeria. There's like a revitalization of the film industry just focused on YouTube. And I think podcasting that's starting to grow on YouTube, I think there's going to be a fine line between like a show and a podcast. And that's where I think it's heading. And that's why I'm sort of like building my business in that space.
Cap, where do you see it going?
I have the same dream as Jon. So we'll have to fight over which position it's going to be. That 5FM phones and says, come, take over.
Just sort this out. Sort this mess out.
Yeah. But I think that everything comes in waves. And I do think that radio will have another resurgence. I really do. I think that it's going to go up, and I think there's space for everything, actually. Same as there's space for audiobooks, and there's a space for a Kindle, and there's a space for an actual real book. And I mean, I do all three, so, and I do listen to podcasts and I listen to radio, and yeah, I mean, it's massive. I just have to tell quickly one story that just came into my mind about radio. Jon and I got to interview Nathan from Kings of Leon. And this is where Jon would actually turn a radio station around, because he is super creative and has amazing ideas. But he got a telephone number. He bought a SIM card. And so in our interview with Nathan, I mean, and I don't know if you know,
I don't remember this, by the way, just out of interest. This is interesting. I'm hearing it for the first time.
And Nathan from Kings of Leon is the hottest guy in the band. And so Jon and I are interviewing, and we're asking him all these questions. And then at the end of the interview, we say to him, we have this little thing that we want to do. We're going to ask you for your telephone number, and you're going to give it to us, and we're just going to play it. We want to get people to send messages to you. And it was so amazing, because I mean, these guys are massive rock stars, and Jon just wangles his way, and Nathan was like, it's fucking brilliant. Totally. And so at the end, Jon says to him, it's been so great chatting to you. Thank you so much. And, we'd really love to show you around South Africa or whatever. Please, won't you give me your South African number while you're here? And he reads out this number. Ooh. And we play the whole interview on the Fresh Drive, but obviously Fresh is in on the fact that the number is in there. Uh-huh. And we play this whole interview. The number gets read out on air, and I'm like, oh my God, that was supposed to be edited. The number wasn't supposed to be edited.
Okay.
I tell you that phone line for that number went berserk. I can't believe you don't remember this, Jon.
I have absolutely no recollection of this. Zero.
People were phoning, women particularly were phoning, and were like, please, I'll have your baby. Most insane scenario.
I must admit, it's a brilliant idea.
Well done.
Yeah, it was brilliant, Jon. Well done. You deserve the program manager's job.
I don't remember that at all, because at we had a 15-minute window, you and I, together. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Yes.
I don't remember you doing that at all, but I remember what I did for my 5 minutes was I got them to tell me their favorite top 10 songs, and then I turned it into an hour-long show as if they were hosting my radio show for an hour. So in the 4 minutes of them just telling us their favorite songs, I spread that over an hour, played all the music, and put in some fluff.
I also remember that. It was brilliant.
Yeah.
God, we would take over the world, Jon.
Come on.
Definitely. But do you think, and I don't know if this is a thing, because I read somewhere or I heard somewhere, if you do a podcast on Spotify, they license the music for your podcast as long as the music is on Spotify.
No.
Can YouTube not do something like that, where you can use their licensing, and if your podcast is on YouTube, then you can use any type of music you want if it's registered?
Yes. So Spotify, no. If you put music into your Spotify, you technically get taken down, although it never happens, but it's not legal. You can't do it. YouTube has a system in place that if you use music that isn't yours, they demonetize your channel, but they give the money to the artist whose music it is. So if you make an amazing video and get 1 million views and you use 10 seconds of my song, I'm going to get all the money. You're not going to get any of it.
Wow.
And it's quite a good system. I kind of like it. I think it's the right way to do it. So it makes people a lot more take notice of the music that they use.
Yeah, brilliant. We had a interesting topic last week on the podcast, where AI is taking over so much of the space, and AI is creating music now as well. So musicians in the future is going to have a hard time, and it seems like they will probably fall back to just live shows, because the online streaming market is just getting flooded with music. And I know Spotify had some issues with where people realize that AI, they're playing AI music, and you're paying Spotify to stream their services. Do you think that AI will eventually take over a musician's job on the online space.
Who are you asking?
Anybody with a good opinion?
Ask the musician.
I don't know. I don't think of it that way. I think AI is a phenomenal tool. And I think of it as a tool. I don't think of it as a thing that does anything. It's a really clever spade. And I don't think anyone really cares about it. You know, Spotify are trying to encourage, I mean, it's very unethical of them. They're trying to create a lot of AI music. They're kind of trying to dominate the easy listening genre. People don't really care what they're listening to because then they don't have to pay royalties on it. But I think people do care about music and they care about their bands. And AI is a phenomenal tool because, and if you need a band and don't have a band, you can create a band in AI, and it's how you use it. It's kind of an instrument that can play all the instruments, but there's a very big difference using AI to create sonics for you and having a saxophonist who's been playing his whole life in the room, or taking a saxophonist who's been playing his whole life and him using AI. It's all different flavors. So I don't think it's going to take over. I mean, it's obviously, if you're a session musician, you're in deep trouble. But if you're a creator, you see all of these things as tools to create what you're trying to create. How you do it is, yes, it's important, but it's more tools to play with. And so, I mean, just a small example, I've been trying to get a film made for like 10 years. It's been so impossibly hard. It's a very edgy, out there film that no one will finance. But I'm starting to build this film using AI tools. And yes, it's not amazing because I'm using AI. It would be much better to use real actors and have real explosions. But I'm actually making the movie that would ordinarily never, ever get made. And so I treat AI like a powerful tool. I don't see it as some autonomous being that's going to go make music. And yes, people are going to abuse it. But so far, I think it's the craziest, most fun thing. I can do anything in music and in film, I can create anything now because of AI.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Jon. And I mean, we use AI exactly as that, as a tool. And I suppose in certain ways, there's certain things that are terrifying. I'm also still a voiceover artist. And then I realized that a lot of creatives can never really brief anybody. So, they can't even brief a human being. So maybe it's very difficult to brief the AI. So we're going to have all of these jobs and all of this stuff. But I definitely think that it's amazing tools. But I also think that people absolutely love connection with real people.
Right on.
And I think that that's an incredible thing that'll never go away, and AI can't replace that.
Yeah, standing in the Roxy watching Sugar Drive, there's no AI is going to come close to that.
Exactly.
That's it's pretty accurate. I think the emotional connection, AI cannot replace that. They can help us do anything, but the emotional connection is always going to be there.
I must just say, just quick side, I mean, I'm finding that these kids, they're not all, the newer kids, the younger kids that are coming up, they're not all into this they're into their phones and stuff, but records are an anomaly to them. Live music is such a mind-boggling thing for them. It's almost like a resurgence, I think, back to the tangible.
100%. I went to go and watch Cigarettes After Sex. And, I took my daughter because she desperately wanted to go, and she's 15. And we're getting ready to go to the concert. She's super excited, and she's like, what black outfit are you wearing? I'm like, wow, what are you talking about? She's like, there's a whole look at Cigarettes After Sex concerts. There's a whole vibe. There's a whole thing. And I was like, oh, didn't know that. I mean, I always wear black, so it's fine. Get there. I'm not lying. Probably 85 to 90% of the audience were 15 to 18-year-olds.
Oof, really?
There was a track, I think it was in 2023, where it went viral on TikTok. And this is not just a one fleeting moment song. These kids screamed for everything. They knew all the words to all of the songs, every song, not just one or two of the hits like me. I thought I was a little bit of a fan. Not even close. These kids are fully in it. And I mean, my daughter, for her birthday, that's what she wanted. She wanted a record player. It's going back. It's like all of these thrift things. Everything is like, it's incredible to watch.
And the new rock bands are not 15 and 16. They're 9 and 10. It's coming.
Exactly. No, it's amazing. And I absolutely love it. And I also want to shout out to Flip and TikTok, because everything that like comes back and it's going in, like stuff, and I'll hear it, like it blows my mind, and fantastic. I think it's just incredible.
Well, before we get to the quiz, on that note, Kath, can you remember the first South African band that you saw live and you were blown away, and that kind of helped you on your journey?
Totally. I think I was probably about maybe, I can't remember the exact age, but 12, maybe 14 or so. My dad took me to go watch Mango Groove at Standard Bank Arena. And
cool. Yeah, that band. Jeez.
Yeah.
Mind blown. I have my dad to thank for his inherent love of music, and also playing stuff for me. But that was 100% my first show that I went to go and watch, and I was sold.
Yeah,
I was like,
amazing.
and the amazing thing is that I started watching bands at Standard Bank Arena, and until that place closed, and it was a flippin' incredible venue, probably one of the best live music venues, that old Standard Bank Arena. I drove past the other day, and it like just the sound and everything. And I was watching bands. I mean, I watched Placebo, I think, when I was like 22 there, and Garbage. Beautiful, beautiful memories. Just
amazing,
incredible. Mango Groove.
John?
I don't know if I ever saw bands before this, but the first band that was such a very clear lightning moment for me that made me want to like be part of it was B World. I don't know if you remember the band B World.
Great band. I
know.
that.
I don't know why I was there. They were a Joburg band. They were in Cape Town. I was at this place that they were playing. They just brought like rock, and they were like a full on. The singer had no top on, and they were like, it was the time in those days that every band wanted to sound like the Chili Peppers. But I actually think B World started it off for us, and they had the song. I bought the CD. They had all of them naked on the front cover with their butts to the camera. But it was like a force. And that kind of led me to sort of Vonderboom. They're also in that same kind of thing. To see that there's like four guys on a stage making that sound and behaving like that, I just were completely, I have such a clear memory. It could have been yesterday.
Amazing.
And yeah.
Well, I think, Leon, are you ready? Can we maybe start the quiz?
Let's get the show on the road.
All right.
10.
Okay, all right. So we locked and loaded. Here's how it works. Each of you face 10 questions about South African rock bands, songs, history, the works.
Correct answers score you 20 points. If you require a hint, it'll cost you 10 points. So you'll only get 10 points for that question.
If by chance you get it wrong, the question will go to your opponent, but a correct answer only bags them 5 points.
However, they will be asked another question after that. And wrong answers will get you nothing but our sympathy.
At least it's something.
At the end, we'll tally up and crown our rock royalty for this episode.
And the bonus, both of you will go on to our national leaderboard and could possibly be crowned the South African Rock Quiz Champion.
You have 30 seconds to answer your question. That's 30 seconds in Africa time. And we will alternate questions between you guys.
So, are you guys ready?
Hey, hold on. Can you just wait? I just need to open my Google. No, just joking.
So if you guys are ready, let's rock, paper, scissors for the person who's going to start. I'll do a classic ching, chong, cha. You'll throw on cha. Ready? Ching, chong, cha. All right. That's a tie. Two scissors. Ching, chong, cha. Try again. All right. Let's go, guys. Come on. I'm ready. Quick one. Ching, chong, cha.
Damn it.
All right. Rock, paper, scissors. That's you, John. First question to John. Phil, let's do it.
John, are you
Creating
ready?
this. No, go.
In 1993, a three-piece band emerged from Durban. They were called This Is This. In 1994, they changed their name to what? I have a hint available.
Reminder, hint will cost you 10 points.
I don't have a clue. I need a hint.
Okay, it's going to cost you 10 points.
Durban band.
Yes. Okay, it's a multiple choice. A, is it lithium? B,
No.
is it anarchy? C, is it civil twilight? Or D, squeal?
I'm going to say, 1993. I'm going to say squeal.
Points.
Really? Can I tell you something? Just a quick side note. I saw Squeal a week ago. They did a reunion show here in Cape Town. He's 71.
Amazing.
Yes.
Eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like you guys had your band. That was my first live band that I saw. I was
I love
completely
that band.
blown
That
away.
guy was a
I
beast.
didn't know that.
So I have a fun fact for you. Dave Birch, the lead singer, his brother was the vocalist for the English hip hop and
I know that.
electronic dance group. Who were they? No points.
I used to say this fact on my show. It was like, it was somebody huge. We used to say this on every single show when I was on Rhodes Music Radio in Grahamstown. He was the brother of, it's not, okay, I give up.
Stereo MCs from
That's right,
England.
Stereo MCs.
1985.
Is
That
that
in-
amazing? I
that
didn't know that.
Oh, that an international top 20 hit with a single connected and a UK top 20 hit with Step It Up. Amazing stuff.
Connected, riding sound of all. Good stuff.
Okay, Kat, your turn. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Which South African rock band formed in 1996 is credited with pioneering the Kwaito rock fusion? I have a hint for you, if you need it.
I'm going to take it in.
I'm going to give you a double.
I got this one.
Oh,
You know this one, Kath. It's impossibly,
Okay. Okay, well, this is going to be a tough hint, but I'll add to the hint. Okay. The drummer's father led the Musiekfabriek on Noot vir Noot with Johan Stemmet.
oh, boo.
Yay!
10 points.
very good.
Very good.
Do you know that
Yeah.
that drummer managed our band for many years?
Oh, really? Interesting story. Boo. Chris Chameleon slept in the nude and suffered a robbery at his house in Melville. Without having time to put on any clothes, he fought off the two robbers who was armed with a knife and scissors. Chris suffered multiple stab wounds in his back, legs, and chest and had to get over 60 stitches.
I remember that.
That's insane.
Ooh.
Crazy.
Okay,
Yeah.
Leon, you're up.
All right. Cool. Round 2. Or 3, I guess. All right, John, you're up first. My questions are easy, or at least this one is. But let's see how it goes. All right, question 1 or question 3 for John. Just Ginger's debut album, All Comes Around, was the best-selling rock album in the country's history, while their second album, certified with gold 3 weeks after it was released. So far, the 2 albums they released have received platinum certifications. Question is, what was the name of that second album?
That's not fair
Go if you
because
need it.
I could have answered. If you asked me what they were called before they were Just Ginger, I would have all the questions I could have actually answered except that second album. The first one,
I've got a
It
clue
all
for
comes
you,
around.
multiple choice clue if you need it.
was it? It wasn't the EP, was it? It was the album. Okay, give me some. I'm gonna need hints. Do you know what it is, Kath?
All right, I'll give you a multiple choice hint. So,
Okay.
Is it A, Don't Have a Cow,
No.
B, Real Bunny Chow, or C, Something for Now?
Something for Now.
There we go. 10 points. Well done.
Stupid name of an album. How's anyone supposed to remember Something for Now?
Can you give us? Can the fun fact be what their name was before Just Ginger? Because I don't know that one.
Tri-Funk Era. They were a
Jeez.
three-piece called Tri-Funk Era.
Do you know why they changed the name from Just Ginger that spelled ginger to Just Ginger that spelled the J instead of a G?
Yes, because, and this is the same reason Cucumber Zoo changed their name as well. When they were trying to break into the US, they thought people might pronounce their name wrong.
Yeah.
And so they made the interesting. And just another interesting fun fact, I called Art yesterday, was it the day before, because it was his 50th birthday.
Yes, on Sunday. And he just got
Sunday.
engaged to local actress Tanya van Graan, which is
That's
another
right.
fact I had there. So nice.
I remember the interview you had on your podcast with him, and it was fascinating. I would like.
We were
to
very
hear-
drunk, so I'm sure it was.
Yeah, so let him know about the podcast. I did message him, but
Okay. He said he's starting his own podcast again now, actually.
Okay. We'll launch it for him. I don't know. Okay, Leon.
All right. Kath, my first question to you. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Name the band. This group introduced punk rock, heavy metal, acid jazz, and ska into their songs, which gave them leverage among South African youth in the early 1990s. Consequently, this innovation made them amongst the most celebrated South African bands of the 90s. Name that band. I've got a clue for you. It's going to cost you 10 points. So, early 90s band with a bit of punk rock, metal, acid jazz, and ska in their songs. The hottest band of the 90s in SA, rock and roll.
Do you know who it is, John?
Am I? Yeah.
Okay, fine. Give me a hint.
The name of the band was inspired by a
Say it,
combination of
say it,
Celtic
Kat.
covers.
So Springbok Nude Girls.
Yes, ma'am. That's it. 20 points. 20
Yeah,
points.
she didn't take the clue, so she gets
That's
the
it.
point.
You know it's your competitor, John.
Tony eventually came to me.
Oh, well done. Yes,
I think
it was the Nude Girls.
I think the acid jazz threw me a little bit.
It-
The
it's
Nudies
just,
to an ex- Yep, go ahead.
yeah, you said acid jazz because of the trumpet. That was the.
Yeah.
But that's the other weird thing. The gig I went to the other day was Squeal and the Nude Girls. So this is all very close to home.
Crazy. So just a little bit more about that. The Nudies toured extensively after playing their first big gig in September of 1994. And in 2000, they won South African's Music Awards in SAMA for the best rock album.
So, fun fact. I was once at one of their gigs. I think it was probably about 95, 96 at the Roxy in Melville. And my feet couldn't touch the ground because it was so packed that I was like just squished. My legs were hanging like this. Epic.
Oh, amazing.
Rad.
A brilliant band. Okay, Leon, you're up with the scores, eh? You good?
I'm good with the scores, Paul. You can go ahead.
Okay, cool. Who's up? John, it's your turn. Should I give you an easy one? Okay, just to keep it flowing. Which famous South African rock song is actually a cover from the Snow song Lonely Monday Morning?
What? What's that? Ask that again?
Cap is running the steel, so...
Which famous South African rock song is actually a cover from the Snow song Lonely Monday Morning?
I don't even have a clue here. I got nothing.
Okay, I'll give you a hint. Some of the band members was part of the band Not My Dog.
You're going to have to give this one to Kath.
Kath, you can seal for 5 points. John? Sure.
Yeah.
Lonely, the narrow.
Right.
And just like that, Kath is in
Well
the
done,
lead.
Kath.
And Kath, you got another question for full
I
point.
got to just say, the Narrow was the one band I just never got into them at all. I couldn't understand the Narrow. I just never got there.
Yeah, it was a Pretoria band, you know.
Yeah.
But Not My Dog was a Joburg band.
Yes, I knew Not My Dog, obviously, but I just never. the Narrow just never spoke to me. I could never figure them out.
The first time I heard them was in one of the biggest churches in Pretoria at Leven de Woord in Murrayfield. And I was completely blown away that band like that was playing in the church like that. But yeah, I think some of them were probably religious as well at that time. So, okay.
Cool. Nice one, Kath.
Now that you're in front, I'm gonna step it up a bit.
Oh no. No.
Which South African rock band was the first to tour internationally in the 1970s?
I want to say like Radio Rats.
That's a good one.
Final answer?
Yeah, I'll say Radio Rats.
So I'm going to give it over to John. John, which... Oh, no, wait. Kat, you gave an answer. I could have given you a hint. But now
Give me
you gave the answer. So now it's going over to John. Okay? John, which South African rock band was the first to tour internationally in the 1970s?
What's the hint, though?
You don't get a hint.
Oh. I suppose...
Well, I can give you a hint because you only get 5 points. Okay, so I'll give you the hint.
Give them
A, Rabbit. B, the Bats.
Rabbit.
I was like, it starts with an R.
Interesting facts. After moving to Los Angeles in 1981, Trevor Rabin gained prominence as the guitarist in the progressive rock band.
Yes.
From
I was going to say, what's funny about it, my answer was going to be, does yes count because of Trevor Rabin? And I didn't make the connection back to Rabbit. So I almost got that.
Brilliant. So you know clearly about everything that he did. Did you know, though, that I have the fact here, he became a prolific film composer and has since scored over 40 featured films. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, he's a legend.
Congratulations. Unfortunately, you don't get another question from me, but I think you're first up with Leon's questions.
Correct. Over to me, John. All right. Truly is an easy one, I think. Here we go. Seether are a South African rock band founded in 1999 in Pretoria, Gauteng, South Africa. But what name did they originally perform under?
Tarangas.
Tarangas, 20 points.
That was so easy.
That was so easy. And also, Kath and I both work with the producer who made both those albums, the Sarangas albums and the first Seether albums. We're sort of in business with him in a weird way.
Wow.
I love Seether. Great band.
I did tell Leon it's an easy question, so you were just lucky.
Thank you for that one. I'll take it.
It better be easy, Leon.
Oh, Kath, it's not. It's so difficult. All right, Kath, here we go. The Flames was a musical group from Durban in South Africa. The Flames would gig their way across London in the late 1960s, meeting Brian Jones, Keith Moon, Keith Richards, Jerry Garcia, Miles Davis, and Carl Wilson. They would later relocate to Los Angeles to record an album for the Beach Boys record label, Brother, changing their name to what? So the Flames changed their name to what?
That is so, I just want to say for the record
that is hard.
That this question is like a million times harder than a stupid sarin gas question. Just say
it is. It really is. I'll give you a clue for free for 20 points just because it's so tough.
Thanks.
It's not a very good clue, so don't thank me yet. So the name was The Flames. It was a very, very, very small change to the name.
Oh, that explains something that I was wondered about.
Calm down.
All right, the audience, sorry guys, the audience has been drinking, so they just...
Did they change it to In Flames instead of The Flame?
Yeah.
The Flame, actually, you got it. It's not The Flames, it's The Flame. So by mistake, we got it right.
That's the only reason I even knew that. I didn't know it until the very end, is because the Flame vinyl records are highly collectible, and there's a Flames and a Flame. And if you get the Flame one, it's less collectible than the Flames one. And I never knew why until now. So that was interesting.
That kind
We
of
all learned something here today. So
yeah, that kind of blows my mind because I have the records. So I know the one is going for very cheap, and you struggle to swap it for other. And now I know
the other one, everyone will kill you for.
I need to go check. I'm going to screw myself if I do that. Thank you very much. Is it my turn? Okay.
yeah, it's your turn for John. Yeah.
For John.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, I need to top the Flames one. Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay. John, perfect one for you. Their lone album was released in 1970. It's another old question. On the Parlophone label. The
album?
Parlophone label.
No, but what album was released on Parlophone?
No, you're going to tell me.
Oh.
Okay, the album has become one of South Africa's most highly sought after albums by collectors the world over, and
Cold fact. Is this a South African band?
I'm not done yet, so don't.
Oh.
Trust me. I'm going to help you with this. It mainly consists of covers from acts like Grand Funk Railroad, King Crimson, Deep Purple, Black Sabbath, with a lone original song called The Whip. The band's lifespan has no more than 240 days. You need to name the album.
I don't even know. Do you know this one, Kat?
Oh.
The album only came out as a 7-inch vinyl. And I have a clue for you, but it's going to cost you. Okay. Initially, they wanted to call the band the F Word, but settled on something that sounded the same. What rhymes with the F word?
Duck.
Final answer?
Stuck.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah. I've actually seen an album called Suck. That's the only reason. I've seen an LP that's called Suck that's the only reason. Yeah.
So the album,
I don't know any of this information.
The band is called Suck. The album is called Time to Suck. Suck was formed in Johannesburg in early 1970s. South African-born bass player Louis Moose Forer, who at one time worked with Peanut Butter Conspiracy, met guitar player Steve Gilroy in a club. Gil has just arrived from London. He had previously worked with Mick Abrahams, who was the original guitar player from Jethro Tull. Gil and Moose became drinking buddies, and therefore they became great friends.
I want to just protest. You've done 90s and 70s. What about the 2000s and the things that we will actually know about? When we actually were around.
We might go there. But,
Well, was this a 10-pointer or the clue, right?
Yeah, I give him the clue, so he's got 10 points.
Thank you.
I thought you guys liked the 90s. I thought that's the golden era.
No,
of South
90s
Africa,
good.
right?
90s good. 90s good. 2000s good.
I don't know why. You know what? We put the questions in this big bowl and then we swivel it around.
Oh, see.
Yeah, it's one of those.
We spent the whole budget on the bowl. We have to use it, guys. Something the audience.
Blame AI for this. Okay. Anyways, Kat, your question coming up. Which famous South African rocker featured as lead vocalist and co-writer on 3 tracks on the Mike and Mechanics 2011 album, The Road? So technically, he was the lead singer for Mike and the Mechanics on 3 songs.
Do you know, John?
I do not know.
Oh, good. Okay, that's fine. He doesn't know.
Okay, do you need a clue?
I'll take it.
Okay. He is considered South Africa's Mick Jagger.
Oh, man. I thought you were going to give me like a multiple choice clue.
Must I make it?
Jagger.
Is it someone we've spoken about already today in another band? Okay.
Yes.
I've got a story then after this. I didn't.
The guy from Rabbits.
No. 90s band, still going.
It was your question earlier, Kath.
90s.
Yeah, still going. Played with Squeal the other day.
My question earlier.
I saw him the other day.
One of the most
Squeal.
prolific lead singers.
Okay, well, I've got a story about this.
Tell us. Sorry, Cap.
You know that he played for Mike and the Mechanics?
I didn't know this,
okay.
but
I have
hold on a sec.
the facts. Okay, tell the story.
I actually think I'm the reason he's on that, because Mike Rutherford asked me to do a project with him, and I put together a band. It was myself, Arno, and his trumpeter. This is how he met the trumpeter from the Nude Girls, Dave Watkins, my wife, and we put together like a sort of like a dance horns band, and we did a gig together. And afterwards, I know Mike Rutherford and Arno became friends, and Arno and David became friends. And I didn't know he sang on their albums, but that must have been how it all came together.
That's absolutely amazing. I love this. And this is why we do this, to hear stories like that. So in 2009, rumors surfaced that Mike Rutherford had plans to resurrect the band and had begun working on a new album. It was reported that Andrew Roachfoot would become the new singer. Soon after, two other names were mentioned, Arno Carstens and Tim Hauer. Early sessions produced the song's background noise, It Only Hurts for a While, and Hunt You Down, with Carstens performing the lead vocals.
I just want to, add something. I might be completely wrong. It might have been Arno that asked me, and maybe Arno was already talking to them, but whatever it was, I did the music for their gig. That's all I remembered. My memory's amazing. Hey, Kat.
It's so brilliant.
Yeah, I didn't want to do another Spring Nude Girls question, but then I realized this is a juicy one. I need to.
I didn't know he sang with them. Wow.
Yeah. So, okay, I think it's Leon. It is you.
Yes, sir. All right, John, ready for me?
Let's go, baby.
Give you the difficult one this time, and I'll save the easier one for. Yeah, we can. Which famous South African musician collaborated with Ali Farka Touré and Finley Quay? He is revered as the South African Hendrix and celebrated by Rolling Stone magazine as the Dark Prince of South African blues.
Is it Albert Frost?
It is
or
Albert
Dan
Frost. 20 points, sir.
Oh, thank you.
Boom, boom, boom.
It had to be either him or Dan Patlansky, right? Except Dan's doesn't have a dark soul. He's too light. Old Dan
too nice,
Patlansky.
exactly.
Too nice, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, another fun fact or hint here: in 2003, he collaborated with Arno Carstens from a previous question, calling themselves New Porn. Went gold with the outstanding debut album Another Universe. That was in May of 2004.
What about that band?
Yeah, came and went like a ship in the night.
Yes.
All right, Kath, are you ready for your easy question? Well, I guess that was pretty easy for John. See how this goes. All right, Kath, which world-famous South African rapper started his music career with a band called The Original Evergreen? And I want his full name, not one of his many stage names.
Yeah, I do know this. Hold on. Because obviously all I can think about now is Mac. Give me a second. I just gotta find his real name. I've actually just blocked this.
I'll give you 10 points.
I have two on purpose.
One of his stage names, but not the full 20.
Yeah, so have I. I've completely.
They're dead to me.
They're also dead to me completely. Watkins Tudor Jones.
Boom! 20 points. Well done. Watkins Tudor Jones, born in September of 1974. The second. Better known by his stage name, of course, Ninja and Max Normal. South African rapper, singer, songwriter, record producer, and general deviant.
Fair description.
That's a good description.
There's more, but let's just get on with it.
But he made brilliant music, I must say. I mean, I won't take that away from him. Don't have to like it, though.
Oh, that Puff the Magic song, dude. When we were in high school, that thing was the beast.
Great tune.
Yeah. I actually have a test pressing of the original Evergreen. That's got
to be worth something.
Doesn't feature that track, but I somehow got involved with Brandon Leroux, who was in the band, and I drove from Limpopo to Joburg to his house to buy that record from him.
What was it called? African Dope Records? Was that what it was called?
I can't remember. I can't remember. I think so. Yeah, I think so. And it's a jazzy thing. Was never released. It's just a test pressing. So
wow, that's.
That must be amazing.
Yeah,
I would look after. Because now you've said it, and John might come and visit.
There's many guys. I'm sure I could swap it for something that he has. I think he's got some good stuff there as well. Anyways, before we get into the vinyl conversation, because that's going to take over, I got 2 easy questions for you guys. Okay, John, you're up. You ready?
Let's go.
Two groups joined to form the Electric Petal Groove Machine. However, soon they changed the name. Their hits have included, I don't know if I should mention the hits. Well, Jafta Rebel, Love Crash, Kiss or Kill. Who are they?
Wonderboom.
Interesting. Yeah, that was the easy one. I mean, Wonderboom is a 4-piece rock band formed in 1996 with a combining of 2 groups. 2 weeks after
Eight-legged Groove Machine was that one. Did you say that one?
Yeah, no, I didn't. But yeah, 2 weeks after they got together, they opened for a Simple Minds tour, and that's pretty impressive. Definitely.
Wow.
And Wonderboom's still going, man.
Oh yeah.
They're also our podcast guests for next week.
Yeah.
Send them all our love. They're amazing.
Yeah,
I think that old. Martin Rocker is probably the greatest guitar player this country's ever known. He is such a badass. That guy's amazing.
Yeah. Well, it's super awesome that they stayed together for such a long time, still doing their tunes. It's yeah. Anyways, okay, cool.
Oh yeah.
Got a cool, easy one for you. Which South African music group won the most Grammy Awards?
Ladies, Black Mambazo.
Very good.
Thanks for actually making it easy. I have such anxiety. I'm not gonna lie.
You're doing so well, Kath.
Yeah. Interesting fact about them. Formed by Joseph Shabalala in 1960, Ladies Black Mambazo became one of South Africa's most prolific music groups, of course. The members of the group were relatives, mostly brothers and cousins. But here's the interesting thing. Joseph changed the setup of the group after having vivid dreams over a 6 months period featuring a choir singing in perfect harmony. And then the end of the story is they won 5 Grammy Awards. Well
Amazing.
done to them. Okay, Leon, you're up.
Well, right. Guys, I've just quickly looked at the scores and you guys are head to head. So still anyone's game, just to let you know. All right, let me see if I can make this more difficult for John than it should be. Yeah, let's do this one. All right, John, these are both pretty much easy ones, but okay, use them. Which South African blues maestro was voted as the 4th best rock guitarist in the world by Total Guitar Magazine in December of 2015?
Was that Dan Patlansky?
Yes, sir. Correct. Dan Patlansky, yes, with his
There's only kind of 2 guitar players.
I know.
yeah. It's the it's not the one from before. It's this one. Exactly. So I've got some interesting facts here about Dan and his old red guitar. That legendary guitar was nearly lost to Hurricane Katrina in 2005 when he lived in New Orleans at the time of the hurricane. He had to evacuate in a rush. There was a route to take his guitar, so he left it on the fridge. Soon the whole New Orleans was underwater, and Dan thought his car was lost. He was booked to play at the Cape Town International Jazz Festival. They said they would like to fly him out with his American band, bring down international flavor to the festival. He picked the guys up at the airport and saw the bass player had the guitar case in his hand. It was really moldy and shabby, and suddenly realized, that's my guitar case. He had gone back into the apartment when it was safe and just to see if what he could salvage, and found the guitar on top of the fridge. So,
Great.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Get
story.
yourself a bass player like that. Yeah. No, let me see if. Well, sorry, Kath, that should have been yours. I guess you had that one as well, but I think this one's pretty easy as well. So let's see what we can do with this one. Kath, which South African-born artist is one of the largest private landowners in the state of Virginia in the USA?
You know this, John?
The clue, I think, is Virginia. Yeah. And the other clue was South African born. And
He's South African-born.
yeah, he's not considered South African anymore.
Correct.
Oh my God,
I have a clue for you if you want to give up 10 points.
no. I actually do know who this is. God, haven't they just come out here?
They were just here. They were just here, yeah.
I can't remember his name. I can picture him.
I'll give you a clue. Can you read this?
Oh, Dave Matthews Band. Obviously not Dave Matthews Band. Dave Matthews.
Yeah, exactly. I'll give you the 20 points for that because
You're going to play me a song.
I was playing Satellite.
That was nice. Such a brilliant song.
very nice.
I played it all wrong, though. I forgot how to play.
I didn't know that he was the biggest fan there.
I learned that this morning, so no.
I didn't know that either, but I know he's from Charlottesville. That's the only reason that I really thought that. I had no idea he was a landowner.
I can tell you a fun fact. When he came here the first time, I did an interview with him, and I got very specific instructions because you get very limited time. You get 15 minutes, and that's it. And I got told over and over and over, and I realized it's not actually for us as the interviewer. I managed to ask him one question, and he took up 15 minutes to tell me the answer.
Wow.
And it was absolutely brilliant. It was such a great story, but I was like, sure, throw away all the other questions, but it was great.
Yeah. Leon has an interesting fact about him.
Oh, do you want to tell that? It's quite a sad fact. I was going to skip it, but go for it. So his album Under the Table Dreaming was dedicated to his sister. So let me just say, So singer-songwriter Dave Matthews was born in Johannesburg, South Africa, as we all know. Moved frequently between South Africa, the UK, and the USA before settling in Charlottesville, Virginia, to form the Dave Matthews Band in 1991. Dave Matthews' older sister Anne was murdered in 1994 in South Africa by her husband, who later killed himself. Are you happy I shared that fact, Alfel?
It's interesting.
Yes.
And if you listen, it made me listen to Under the Table Dreaming completely differently, and it's reality. And to take something like that and make it a creative project, it was his morning process, and I think it's brilliant. I think it's good.
Well, so Dave Matthews' record label, he became friendly with Vusi Mahlasela and signed Vusi to his label. And Vusi's been touring the world for all these years. They're like best friends. They're really close friends because of Dave. And there is a track on Vusi's album that Dave Matthews sings a duet with that is the most haunting, brilliant song you've ever heard. I can't remember the name of it now. I'll find it for you. But yeah.
We'll look into that and link it in the description when this was posted.
He's one of the highest paid or with the highest net worth musicians in the world as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, he's one of the biggest landowners in Virginia, so yeah, must be.
Okay, so was that Kath's question?
Sower of Words, by the way.
What did you say,
The song
John?
is called Sower of Words.
Sower of Words. Thank you. You're feeding
Yeah,
our
Phil, that's,
future podcast.
Phil, you are up next for John.
Okay. Let's go a little bit into the Afrikaans scene a little bit. Okay.
Might as well just leave now.
No, I think you'll get this one. Which legendary Afrikaans
Kurt
musician, singer, songwriter, painter writer got his last name from a time when he squatted in the house of a former drug dealer and author Al Lovejoy?
I actually do know this, and now his name just slipped away from me. Is it?
Think about the house where he squatted.
Yes, I know who this is. I've just gone blank though.
I can give you a clue.
Not Sid Kitchen or
Yeah, just translate it into Afrikaans. How's your Afrikaans?
Oh, we're going Koos Kombuis.
Yeah, it's actually interesting. Asset Alex is an autobiography of Al Lovejoy, a South African and self-confessed former organized crime boss. Al became involved with bands like Valiant Swart and made friends with the now legendary Koos Kombuis, who squatted in his kombuis for a while.
I'm very fortunate. This is the whole extent of my Afrikaansness is that I moonlight with an Afrikaans underground punk poetry band that was started at university when I was 19 and still performs and release albums today, called the Buck Fever Underground. And we've toured with the Koos Kombuis over the years, on and off, here and there. So it's
wow.
I'm very much an outsider looking in.
Yeah,
but it's yeah.
He's iconic.
Yeah, what a legend, total legend. Yeah.
Yeah. I know my friend went through a hard time, and he was living in a flat with a couple of other guys, and there was a hobo that was sleeping in the park, and eventually they realized it was Koos Kombuis, and he was basically living on the street for a while as well, like elke boemelaar se droom. So it's like
with a little bottle of Tussies.
Yeah, Tussies. Yeah. Kath, this is maybe a challenging one, but let's see. Okay. Ralph Rabi from the Gereformeerde Blues Band worked as a journalist for Die Burger and Rapport. He was fired from Rapport in 1987 for using quotes from State President P.W. Botha's speeches in his songs, and started pursuing music as a full-time career. What was his stage name? And I'll give you the hint because I know it's an Afrikaans question. He was one of the driving forces behind the Full Frame movement with Koos Kombuis.
I know who it is. I can see the album in my collection.
You can also see the album right behind Paul's head.
I may be thinking of someone else then. Is it Johannes Kerkorrel? Hey, thank
All right.
you. Should I completely had something?
Yeah, his iconic album Eetkreef is one of the collector gold mines. And
I used to have it, but I sold it.
Yeah, that thing will always sell no matter what. And interesting fact, Eetkreef is ambiguous, meaning either enjoy or get lost. So it's interesting with that.
Should bring it back. Eetkreef.
Eetkreef, yeah. Eetkreef. I think it's going to be a podcast. Leon, I think you have the last questions, isn't it?
The last two questions, correct. All right, guys. Okay. Let's make this. Let's just make it what it is. All right, John, you ready? Tough one. In 1985, the legendary Pete Botha lived in Los Angeles. He worked construction and other immigrant jobs by day and wrote and recorded music by night. By a stroke of luck, he teamed up with a young, inspiring actor, drummer, and singer from the South named Billy Bob Thornton, who later won an Oscar for Sling Blade. Thornton did the drumming and vocals in the studio, and Botha did the guitars, piano, vocals, and harmonica. Which 1970s South African rock band was fronted by Pete Botha before he formed Jack Hammer?
Oh, damn it. I thought I was getting... I've been sitting there with jackhammer for the whole speech.
We're gonna make it that easy.
No, I'm out then. I can't even guess. I didn't even know there was something before jackhammer.
I can give you a clue, but I mean, it's not going to be an easy clue. It's an Afrikaans name, and it's a type
not a clue
animal.
if you're me. What did you say was the last piece?
It's a type of animal. An animal.
Jeez.
Hond.
No, Kath, do you want to steal? Do you have an idea? Right. The answer was wildebeest.
I'm surprised you don't know it.
If you'd just given me 19 more guesses, I would have got that.
Because again, another vinyl that is super collectible by English and Afrikaner people. I'm just saying. Okay.
All right. And a quick glance at the scores. Kath, if you get this one, you could be our winner. So no pressure. All right, Kath. Last question. How long did it take the Johannesburg rock band Shadow Club to record their debut album? And I've got multiple choice clues for you if you need them.
Yeah, give it as part of the.
I'll give it as part of the question because it's okay. Is it A, 9 days? Is it B, 120 days? Is it C, 2 months? Or is it D, 2 years?
A.
A, 9 days. Final answer?
Yes.
Congratulations, Kath. We have
You could
a
tell
winner.
because they didn't have time to mix the damn thing.
They did it live.
That was a damn good album.
It's a damn good album, definitely. They did
Great
it well.
album.
Yeah.
Great album.
Okay,
It
Leon,
was.
do you have the scores for us?
That's the only question that I actually really, really, really knew.
Well played,
I
Kat.
do.
You did good.
I know Kath won. I'm just going to tally up the points so we can see exactly how much each question, each contestant have to.
Yeah, that was actually so stressful. But it was wonderful to hear the info. And sometimes you forget, sometimes you've heard about it at one point in your life and yeah.
So Kath at 155 points versus John's 135 points. For that last 20 you got for that correct
You're the
answer.
queen, Kat, obviously.
And
Thank
Kath,
you.
as a bonus, that also puts you in the leaderboard as last week J Bones and Paul Goya both scored 120 with a tiebreaker putting Paul in the lead there. But at 155, you are the South African team or podcast rock quiz leader.
Yay!
Hey.
So do you have a board, like a real board?
Did you say we both beat J Bones?
You both beat J Bones. Yeah.
Screw J Bones. Hey, J Bones. Well, thanks for having us, guys. I thought that was super fun and a real wild trip down memory lane.
Yeah.
Thank you, John.
Thank you for rocking out with us. Whether you ace it or just enjoy the ride, we hope you're inspired to crank up some SA rock classics. Got a favorite band or moment we didn't cover? Let us know. Maybe you'll stump us next time. Until then, keep the volume up and the spirit loud. Catch you on the flip side.